19 people die each day waiting for an organ. There are over 100,000 women, children, and men who are on the waiting list right now. In 2006 alone, 6,000 people died in California before they could receive the life-saving organs they needed. Only 35% of all identification holders actually agree to be an organ donor. The waiting list increases in the United States by 3,700 people. There is a shortage of organs everywhere. The demand for hearts, lungs, kidneys, and tissue is many compared to the amount of organ donors. There have even been talks of having methods in place to increase the amount of donors all over the world. Monetary compensation as well as making everyone an assumed organ donor are being considered, in addition to the continuous efforts to bring awareness. Giving a life, extending a life, and expanding the quality of life are such positive aspects to being or becoming an organ donor. Giving a blind man a chance to see the beautiful flowers or a sunrise or a sunset. Or think of being the one giving someone the gift of hearing a baby's laughter for the first time. This is surely to provide a feeling in your heart that no one can fully explain. Everyone's life involved is enhanced because of organ donation. Organ donation does not see race, religion, health, or age of the donor as a barrier to becoming a donor. If the health of the individual was compromised, the organs affected would not be donated. Or the tissue and cells of an elderly person may go through some additional medical testing. But it has been proven that even in your 70s and 80s, you are still suitable for organ donation. It is fascinating to think that one person can help up to 50 people by donating their organs and tissue. If we can convince everyone to become an organ donor, there would be enough organs for every person who needed one. Becoming an organ donor is very safe and easily done, but getting the facts is the first step, by having all of your questions and concerns addressed. The best place to start is by calling the Living Bank. They are an education center as well as a national organ registry. Once you have your question answered, decide which type of donor you will be. A live donor, a donor of specific organs when you die, or a full body donation for medical teaching purposes. Whichever type works for you, when you should be shared with your loved one that will be handling your last wishes. Or for a live donation, someone that you trust to be a part of your experience as well as your recovery. Finally, and most importantly, you will receive the organ donor form to fill out. Sign it yourself, along with 2 witnesses to make it legal, and return it to the organization. An even easier way to donate your organs is to sign up when you renew your driver's license or apply for any state-issued identification. Keep in mind that this can be revoked at any time if you change your mind. Just make sure that you inform your family of any change of feelings. Some people feel very uncomfortable when you start talking about organ donation. The impact on the family of the deceased and the hope that is given to the recipient tells us that organ donation is one more way for us to show selfless love, to be more like our Lord, the true giver. It gives meaning to a tragic loss of a loved one, to know that a part of them lives on in another human breathing life. Many religions even go beyond condoning and are a major supporter of organ donation. They embrace organ donation as an act of kindness and generosity, the ultimate form of love and sacrifice. It goes way beyond donating food, money, and shelter. Make sure that you seek advice from your priest, rabbi, or clergyman if you are unsure how your religious family feels about organ donation. The main misconception of organ donation is that there is a cost to the donor, but the entire cost is totally on the recipient. Organ donation carries no health or financial risk to the donor. Many people feel that the doctors will not work as hard to save the life of an organ donor versus a non-donor. But the fact is that the transplant staff is completely separate from the medical doctors whose main goal is to save a life. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines charity as generous and helpfulness, especially toward the needy or suffering, and as a gift for public benevolence purposes. Of all the sacrifices in life that we could say yes to, organ donation is one act of kindness that involves true human charity and true love for the human race. You are literally giving the gift of life to another. We are called to help one another, and what better way than to bless ourselves by blessing another than by giving the gift of life today. Thank you.